So start tapping and let me know what it is that you want to work on. What's been triggered or come up or...
I want to work on a life I remember this year.
Yes.
And it's of me being tied to a stone slab in an occult ritualistic practice.
Right.
And sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're being the sacrifice.
I'm being the sacrifice.
Okay, and when you tune into that memory, what do you feel in your body?
It's like I'm stuck in this energy portal, and like where my solar plexus area is like being used as the link to the stone and to the multi-dimensional portal.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you think about it now, you can feel it in your solar plexus?
Yeah, like a magnet. Keeping me stuck there.
Yep. Okay, so let's start with that. Even though I've got this magnet in my solar plexus.
I've got this magnet in my solar plexus.
That's keeping me stuck.
It's keeping me stuck.
Magnetically on a multi-dimensional level.
Magnetically on a multi-dimensional level.
To that past life.
To that past life.
Where my soul was a sacrifice.
It's a sacrifice.
In some sort of cult.
In some sort of cult.
And I can imagine. Feeling what it feels like to be on that stone.
Feeling what it feels like to be on that stone.
With my hands and feet tied?
Yeah, hands and feet.
And I feel helpless.
Actually being held. Being held.
And being held, yeah. And I feel helpless.
And I feel helpless.
Trapped. And stuck.
Stuck.
As
terror.
Yeah, and all this terror.
All this terror.
As I feel those hands holding me down.
As I feel those hands holding me down.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
And this soul memory.
And this soul memory.
And I thank my higher self and my guides.
And I thank my higher self and guides.
For bringing this to me so I can heal it.
For bringing this to me so I can heal it.
Healing this memory.
Healing this memory.
As I step back in time.
As I step back in time.
All the way back to that cult.
All the way back to that cult.
Me now in the present time.
Me now in the present time.
Time travelling all the way back there.
Time travelling all the way back there.
And freezing all those people around me.
Freezing all those people around me.
And one by one taking their hands off me.
And one by one taking their hands off me.
And as the pressure of their hands are released from me.
And as the pressure of their hands is released from me.
I look into my former self's eyes.
I look into my former self's eyes.
And I let me know.
And I let me know.
I'm you from the future.
I'm you from the future.
I've travelled back in time to help you.
I've travelled back in time to help you.
And I want to help you release all that fear.
And I want to help you release all that fear.
All that shock.
All that shock.
That terror.
That terror.
Feeling like you're being held down.
Feeling like you're being held down.
It's time to release it.
It's time to release it.
I'm here to let you know.
I'm here to let you know.
Your soul never dies.
Your soul never dies.
I am your soul.
I am your soul.
And I'm here to help you release the terror from your cells.
And I'm here to help you release the terror from your soul.
On a multi-dimensional level.
On a multi-dimensional level.
All that terror in your body.
All that terror in your body.
As I tap on you to release it.
As I tap on you to release it.
All that terror with the pressure you felt.
All that terror with the pressure you felt.
Of their hands. Holding you down.
Holding you down.
Releasing that terror.
Releasing that terror.
That fight and flight response.
That fight and flight response.
That terror trapped in your body.
That terror trapped in your body.
In your solar plexus.
In your solar plexus.
It's time to release all that fear.
It's time to release all that fear.
And I'm here to help you.
And I'm here to help you.
You're safe.
You're safe.
I am you.
I am you.
I am your soul.
I am your soul.
They can never hurt your soul.
They can never hurt your soul.
And I want to help you release the terror.
And I want to help you release the terror.
From all of your body.
From all of your body.
Especially your solar plexus.
Especially your solar plexus.
Releasing the terror.
Releasing the terror.
As you remember those hands holding you down.
As you remember those hands holding you down.
Releasing the terror as you look in their faces.
Releasing the terror as you look in their faces.
Releasing the terror from the multi-dimensional layers of your body.
Releasing the terror from the multi-dimensional layers of your body.
As your thought processes race ahead.
As your thought processes race ahead.
And say, this is it.
And say, this is it.
That feeling of helplessness.
That feeling of helplessness.
That feeling of terror.
That feeling of terror.
Processing and releasing it.
Processing and releasing it.
Letting it go out of my solar plexus.
Letting it go out of my solar plexus.
I do live on.
I do live on.
Nothing can kill me.
Nothing can kill me.
But I have that terror trapped in my cellular memory.
But I have that terror trapped in my cellular memory.
And I'm releasing it now.
And I'm releasing it now.
So what's a good colour to help release that fear and terror?
Magenta.
Mm-hmm. So sending that. Hold it in that hand. Sending that magenta.
Sending the magenta.
Breathing it into my heart.
Breathing it into my heart.
And sending it all the way back in time.
Sending it all the way back in time.
Dissolving and releasing that fear and terror.
Dissolving and releasing that fear and terror.
From my solar plexus.
From my solar plexus.
Releasing the feelings of being held down.
Releasing the feelings of being held down.
Releasing the feelings of helplessness.
Releasing the feelings of helplessness.
Releasing the trapped feeling.
Releasing the trapped feeling.
I choose to feel my soul.
I choose to feel my soul.
My higher self.
My higher self.
My guides.
My guides.
My learning and my lessons.
My learning and my lessons.
The higher learning and higher wisdom.
The higher learning and higher wisdom.
Which I'm more aware of.
Which I'm more aware of.
As I release the remaining terror.
As I release the remaining terror.
Out of the cellular memory of my body.
Out of the cellular memory of my body.
On all the multi-dimensional layers.
On all the multi-dimensional layers.
I choose to feel peace here now.
I choose to feel peace here now.
With that beautiful magenta colour and smell.
With that beautiful magenta colour and smell.
Take a deep breath. So it's interesting with that magenta colour. It blends time. It's Archangel Metatron that blends time. So it's often used in work where we're working in time, space and place.
Yep, cool.
So when you tune into that now, I'll just pop that there, when you're tuning into that past life, how's it feeling in your body now?
So we got Freya. We can't access Tara. While we were tapping around, it came, this overwhelming guilt came up.
Guilt?
Yeah, about getting hooked into there, because it was exciting at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It made me feel important.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got sucked in.
Yep. So what we're doing is going to another memory, but in that lifetime, so a little bit earlier. Mm-hmm. So when you tune into that, when you first joined that cult and it was all exciting, and it made you feel special. Did you say special? Important?
Yeah, it was like this secret thing, and it was really exciting, and you had to be special to be let in it.
Okay. Yeah. So even though I remember. In that lifetime. When I joined that cult. And I felt special. And important. Not everyone was allowed to join that cult. And I felt special.
I felt special.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
And that need to feel special.
And that need to feel special.
And I accept all the guilt.
And I accept all the guilt.
That I gained afterwards.
Particularly sitting on that slab.
Yeah. I can feel the guilt.
I can feel the guilt.
When I'm sitting on that slab.
Sitting plastered on the slab.
Being held down.
Being held down.
I thought I was so important and so special joining that cult.
But I was so special and important joining that cult.
Not everyone got into that cult.
Not everyone got into that cult.
It was exciting.
It was exciting and mysterious.
It was exciting and mysterious.
Exciting and mysterious and fun.
It was exciting, mysterious and fun.
Exciting, mysterious
and fun. And now I feel all the guilt.
And now I feel all the guilt.
What have I done?
What have I done?
I've made my bed and now I'm lying in it.
Literally, I've made my bed and now I'm lying in it.
All my guilt.
All my guilt.
I got myself into this.
I got myself into this.
I wonder what the higher learning and lesson is.
I wonder what the higher lesson and learning is.
It seemed like it was fun.
It seemed like it was fun.
Exciting and important.
Exciting and important.
But I gave them my power.
I gave them my power.
I allowed them to take my power.
I allowed them to take my power. To use me. And abuse me.
I was used and abused.
I was used and abused.
They took my power.
They took my power.
I thought it was exciting.
I thought it was exciting.
I gave them my power.
I gave them my power.
And now I feel the guilt.
And now I feel the guilt.
It's all my fault.
It's all my fault.
I just wanted excitement.
I just wanted excitement.
I wanted to feel special and important.
I wanted to feel special and important, and it connected to my darker side.
It connected to my darker side.
It connected to my darker side.
And I felt empowered.
And I felt empowered.
Until they took my power.
Until they took my power.
It connected to my darker side.
It connected to my darker side.
I thought it was exciting.
Thought it was exciting.
Releasing all the guilt.
Releasing all the guilt.
I wonder if I can forgive myself.
I wonder if I can forgive myself.
As I'm held down on this slab.
As I'm held down on this slab and slaughtered.
Being slaughtered, yeah.
Being slaughtered.
Taking my power.
Taking my power.
Feeling empowered. Powerless.
Feeling powerless.
As I rise into spirit.
As I rise into spirit.
I realise no one can take my power.
I realise no one can take my power.
And I ask for the higher learning and lesson.
And I ask for the higher learning and lesson.
As I release all the remaining guilt from the cells.
As I release all the remaining guilt from the cells.
And that need to have excitement.
And that need to have excitement.
And that darker side.
And that darker side.
I wonder what the higher learning is.
I wonder what the higher learning is.
Asking my higher self.
Asking my higher self.
What's the higher learning?
What's the higher learning?
What was the reason and purpose?
What was the reason and purpose?
For experiencing that.
For experiencing that.
I want to step through it.
I want to step through it.
So I never have that need.
So I never have that need.
To feel the excitement of the darker side.
To feel the excitement of the darker side.
Only to experience the darker side.
Only to experience the darker side.
And the powerlessness and helplessness.
And the powerlessness and helplessness.
I forgot how to connect to my higher self and guides.
I forgot how to connect to my higher self and guides.
Is that true?
Yeah. And I know many lives I've been a power freak. Slaughtered lots of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got that realisation?
Oh yeah, I've seen some of them. Yeah, I've massacred women and children, lit my knife afterwards. Yeah.
So even though I've seen some of these other lives,
I've seen some of these other lives
where I've massacred women and children.
I've massacred women and children and manipulated and controlled
and sought power.
Sought power.
And excitement.
And excitement.
And I've still got those memories in my body.
And I've still got those memories in my body.
On a multi-dimensional layer.
On a multi-dimensional layer.
In all of my cells.
In all of my cells.
I accept myself.
I accept myself.
And all that I've done.
And all that I've done.
And I choose to see the higher learning.
And I choose to see the higher learning.
And step through it all.
And step through it all.
That guilt I felt lying on that slab.
That guilt I felt lying on that slab.
Maybe it was guilt for all those other lives.
Maybe it was guilt for all those other lives.
Where I'd massacred and killed people.
Where I'd massacred and killed and abused people.
All those other lives.
All those other lives.
Where I sought power.
Where I sought power.
And I massacred and killed and abused others.
I massacred and abused and killed others.
And I sought that power and excitement again.
And I sought that power and excitement again.
And I ended up being killed.
And I ended up being killed.
I choose to step through the lesson.
I choose to step through the lesson.
And learn the higher learning.
And learn the higher learning.
And dissolve that pattern all the way back to its origin.
And dissolve that pattern all the way back to its origins.
All those times I needed and sought power.
All those times I needed and sought power.
Only to abuse it.
Only to abuse it.
Maybe it's not wrong to have power.
Maybe it's not wrong to have power.
But it's wrong to abuse it.
It's definitely wrong to abuse it.
Just like that cult did.
Just like that cult did.
Just like I did in those lives where I massacred and abused people.
Just like I did in those lives where I massacred and abused people.
But I'm open to forgiving myself.
I'm open to forgiving myself.
I had soul contracts with those souls.
I had soul contracts with those souls.
We had lessons and karma to step through.
We had lessons and karma to step through.
And I see the lessons and the karma in that.
And I see the lessons and karma in that.
And I'm willing to step through it now.
I'm willing to step through it now.
As I release the guilt.
As I release the guilt.
The need for abusing power.
The need for abusing power.
That dark side of me.
That dark side of me.
I choose to step into power in the light.
I choose to step into power in the light.
And learn the higher learning and the higher wisdom.
And learn the higher learning and the higher wisdom.
And bring that to all feelings of power.
Bring that to all feelings of power.
In this life.
In this life.
And take it to all those lives where I abused it.
Take it to all those lives where I abused it.
Transforming it.
Transforming it.
And releasing it.
And releasing it.
It's not wrong to have power.
It's not wrong to have power.
It's only wrong to abuse it.
It's only wrong to abuse it.
And I choose to forgive myself.
I choose to forgive myself.
And use power with higher learning and wisdom.
And use power with higher learning and wisdom.
In this life and all my future lives.
In this life and all my future lives.
So how does that feel now when you see yourself lying on that slab? Is there any guilt?
No. No, it's just calm. Just calm acceptance. I don't feel any pain or even any fear.
Yeah, there's a higher learning and understanding with it across the board now.
Yeah.
What about with those times when you remember those past lives?
Yeah.
Where they've been massacring and abusing?
Do I have anything coming up thinking about those? Not one specifically, but I have a reaction coming up.
What's that?
I can't even say it's emotions, like a jumping.
Yeah, so let's do that. Even though I have this reaction of jumping in my body.
Even though I have this reaction of jumping in my body.
And in my cells.
And in my cells.
My multi-dimensional memory.
A multi-dimensional memory.
And I think about those lifetimes when I massacred and abused.
And I think about those lifetimes when I massacred and abused.
I thank my body for reminding me.
I thank my body for reminding me.
So that I can dissolve it and get the higher learning.
So I can dissolve it and get the higher learning.
That jumping reaction.
That jumping reaction.
Whatever it relates to.
think it just reminds me to keep grounded.
That reminding feeling.
Yeah, the reminding feeling that anyone's possible of everything.
That reminding feeling.
The reminding feeling.
That grounding feeling.
The grounding feeling.
Learning the higher learning.
Learning the higher learning.
The higher lesson.
The higher lesson.
Power is not bad.
Power's not bad.
Power with abuse is not good.
Power with abuse is not good.
And I choose to see the higher learning.
I choose to see the higher learning.
In all of those lives.
In all of those lives.
I had contracts with other people.
I had contracts with other people.
For their higher learning and lesson.
For their higher learning and lesson.
And for mine.
And for mine.
And I not only choose to step through it.
And I not only choose to step through it.
But allow them to step through it too.
Allow them to step through it too.
Releasing their fear.
Releasing their fear.
Their feeling of being trapped.
Their feeling of being trapped.
And helpless.
And helpless.
Just like I had on that slab.
Just like I had on that slab.
Sending them peace.
Sending them peace.
Letting them know our contract is complete.
Letting them know our contract is complete.
As I send them peace.
As I send them peace.
And receive peace.
And receive peace.
Even in that lifetime when I'm massacred and abused.
Even in the lifetimes I'm massacred and abused.
So how does that feel now when you think of those lifetimes?
Yeah, good. I just feel like smiling.
Mm-hmm. It's all part of the bigger picture now. So
Yeah.
taking that fight and flight response out of the body.
Yeah.
So it can't be re-triggered again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay.